Hello everyone and welcome to another card video. My name is Koren Wiskman and today I have a few goodies from MFT's new June release. Let me show you what I've got. I have the 4x8 stamp set called You Keep Me Afloat. This is adorable. It has a nautical theme which immediately I'm drawn to. There are coordinating dies available. We'll be using those today, plus this porthole die and a banner die. I will also be using this 6x6 paper pad called Happy Trails, this beautiful blue wood grain. This is the best way to store open 6x6 paper pads. You just take one of those extra large storage pockets and lop the top off at about like 7 inches, and you can even put your scraps in there. It's awesome. So I'm using some low tack adhesive tape to secure my heavyweight white cardstock onto my glass mat here. We're going to do some ink blending. I'm using the My Favorite Things Wave stencil and a few of my favorite blue inks to ink blend on some waves. I'm just doing kind of like an ombre wave effect, starting with the darkest blue color at the top and then making my way down to the lightest blue color in like a almost like making a rectangle shape at the top of my card. It'll make sense, I promise. I've basically used my tape to secure my rectangular area in which the waves will live. Once I reveal my background, it'll make more sense. This bottom wave, I didn't even go back and get more ink. I just wanted it to not be pristine white, to be the slightest bit of blue. So I just used what was left on the dauber to create that last wave. These are my favorite shades of blue. So I'm going to use this older porthole die and the Happy Trails. This is like a blue wood grain. It has blue with light blue in it. I think it's really pretty, just to keep with the water theme. This porthole die is called the Ocean View porthole die. It is also by MFT. It's a bit older, and yes, I'm a hoarder. I'm going to use my colored pencils today, so I'm stamping with Ranger, Archival, waterproof. There's no reason I am not using Gamsol, just colored pencils. It's just the black ink that's closest to me right now. I think this stamp set is adorable. I want to color all of the images, but I was most drawn to this little rabbit that was falling asleep in the boat. I just thought he was the cutest little thing, so I'm stamping him and the little crab to use on my scene. If you ever watch me and my husband on the Craft Cast, you'll know that we're from Maryland and we have a boat, and this little guy passed out on the boat reminds me of our wedding kind of bachelor party story. So if you want to hear that, it's on, I think, one of the episodes of most recent episodes of the Craft Cast, so you could listen to that gem. I am using the Faber-Castell Polychromos colored pencils today to color these images. I do not use Gamsol or any other type of solution like that. I enjoy the lines that colored pencils give. I try not to blend them that way. Or I should say, I try not to blend them too much. I have used Gamsol in the past and I've enjoyed that type of look, but I really like the kind of the playful look that kind of takes you back to being a kid. That's what I like about colored pencils. So the Gamsol kind of takes a lot of that away. I really love using colored pencils, but coloring with them takes a really, really long time. So that's why I super sped this up. And I'm only showing you the bits of the crab because everything took forever. One of my most favorite things about colored pencils is also that you don't need a whole ton of them. I'm using 2 to color this crab, a red and a dark brown, to add some shading. That's it. I did create a color map that is over on my blog if you're interested, listing all the pencils that I used. I'm using the coordinating dies to cut out my images and my Heffy Doodle die cutting machine. I love having a small die cutting machine right on my tabletop with me all the time. Most of the images I use are small, like less than 3 inches. I'm checking my hands for ink because I tend to make a huge mess. And I'm stamping the banner from the Wild Poppies set, also by MFT. This is just the banner from that set. And then I'm using this Crisis averted. This is the darkest of the blue inks that I used on the background, and I'm stamping my sentiment, "You are my anchor," from the same You Keep Me Afloat stamp set, and using the coordinating die to cut it out as well. So I want to add a little anchor to my card because my sentiment is "You are my anchor." So I grabbed some anchors from my stash that I've had around for a long time. So yeah, I probably won't be able to find a link. I know, I'm the worst. I'm using my thickest twine that kind of looks like rope, and I'm tying my little metal anchor that I'm sure that I got from Stampin' Up or some other something sometime, and I've had it for a million years. So I'm adhering the porthole and all of my images with random foam squares that I've cut and adhered to the back. I taped my twine to the rope on the back of the boat. And I did think about covering the porthole holes with some other circle of some kind or nouveau drop, but ultimately I decided not to do that, that the card didn't really need that at all. Plus everything I had just wasn't up to snuff, so I just left it alone. I did use glue dots to adhere my crab hanging off of the sentiment there, as well as a glue dot on the back of the anchor as well. Hopefully they'll stay put. As always, I adhered it to a light gray card base in size A2 and called it done. I love how the card turned out. I think it's super cute. And this little crab hanging, I hope he stays on there. Find me, find MFT on social media. I love interacting with you in the comments. Say hi, how are ya? Until next time. So the bloopers from the silly boat intro were so good I left them in the video, so stay tuned for that shenanigans.
Like, is kneeling what you want to be doing, right? Or sitting, or what have you. Okay. Right, so if you're... Hey, girl! I never reeled in a chick like that before. How does it?
I mean, it's a little scary.
Come on.
Where's the oar?
Paddle.
Paddle?
Outside.
That's not where it moved to.
Just got
Were you looking?
I
wasn't looking at the screen.
I know you were looking at the camera. Get on your bucket. Get on your bucket.
Oh, this is really hard.
What are you doing? And it's on camera. Do you have two of those?
No.
You're a terrible liar. I see the other one.
What do you mean?
That's why you got hit. That's why you hit yourself.
I thought you knew.
Like
I only have two. I swear.
How many paper trimmers do you have? Or do you just want to get back to me pulling you across?
I think we should just stay on task.
Row, row, row your wife right across the screen.
Oh, God. Okay, I don't know how many times we can test this. Can we get the oar now?
Paddle.
Huh?
Paddle.
The paddle. It's me periscope. Don't we have like a fake paddle?
Why the f*** would we have a fake paddle?
Decoration. Like at any time, did you ever have like a paddle on the wall that was clearly too small to actually use?
Nope. Do you want a life jacket?
No.
No? You're gonna stop short of full dork? Alright. You know, the outtakes of this should be pretty good. I mean, maybe we should just...
Okay, my knees hurt.
Alright.